Hello everybody, this is Jules Mitchell here and welcome to my little video about who I am, what I've got to offer and who knows where it's going to take us this morning. Now the first thing I want to talk to you about is how do we respond to the things that perhaps don't work in our lives. And I have an absolute prime example of that this morning. My idea this morning was to record a really nice, clear video on my iPhone because it records really well. And I've sat and recorded a video on my iPhone, started to anyway, this Sunday morning to talk to you all, as promised. And my iPhone won't let me. I got so far in and then it just stopped and my storage is full or whatever. For whatever reason, there's a reason, it didn't allow me to do that. And then the human part of me, the reactive part of me wanted to straight away go into, oh gosh, I've got people waiting. I've told them that I'll be putting this video out today on an event. And here I am, straight away having blockages, something stopping me doing that. So what do? Do I go into fear about people will judge me for not getting it out on time and not doing what I said I would do? Or do I use it as an example for this is how we can respond to things that come up in our lives? But there's a lesson in this, and the lesson for me is perhaps I didn't set the intention clear enough when I went to bed last night. Perhaps I didn't set the intention clear enough when I was centering myself this morning and how I wanted the video recording to go. Because what I teach is about creation, how we can create and how we have this inner power within us to do that. But how we dismiss it, how we just forget that it's there. It's so easy to do that. And this creating, this journey of knowing our inner power, is hard work. It's not easy. It really isn't. So, welcome. The sound quality may not be brilliant. The picture quality may not be brilliant. The message I have to give you will come across to you in whichever way you're ready to receive. So if you are happy with this being not perfect, then allow that to be, because that is just beautiful. So what have I got to tell you today? Well, I've got to tell you that I am fed up to the back teeth with false claims, false marketing, people telling you how to live a spiritual life and become abundant, and following a marketing plan to do that. And I think by doing that, yes, it works for a lot of people, but I'm sure, like me, you are bombarded on a daily basis with emails from people that you've downloaded their free ebook, or you have followed them and clicked the link to watch a video by giving your email address. And yes, you are learning, you are gaining knowledge, and there is value in what these people are giving you, and I've had tons of value from it. But personally, for me, that's not the way. That's not the way. I know that's not the way I'm to connect with people. I'm here to connect with you in a real raw and honest and open way. And my skill set is to talk. My skill set is to share the knowledge that I have and the fantastic practices that I can share with you. And the quickest way I can do that is by doing what I'm doing now, is by being connected to you directly by a video or by an actual conference call, or by being with you in a room, or by you coming to see me personally. So I just need to bypass that marketing machine, and it has been a massive block for me for many years. I have had many mentors, I've had many business mentors who have explained to me the model that I need to follow, that I need to find my target niche, my inch wide and mile deep target audience. Who is she? Who is he? What does he look like? What are his pains? What are his fears? What keeps him awake at night? But you know what? I can't do that. I've tried. There are so many people that I can help, and I know that for a lot of you out there who are spiritual seekers and perhaps spiritual teachers, who know that I can help everybody. But I know when you market, you have to market specifically at one type of person. So you'll notice, if you remember, that the thing that I talked about when I told you about my video was, are you a spiritual seeker? Have you been watching, going to seminars, reading all the books? Have you been doing all those things? So for me, that is how I've connected with you today. However, tomorrow I will be doing something completely different, and I will be talking to people about stress and anxiety, and in a corporate setting. So my marketing for them would have been completely different, but my message is just the same. It's no different for any of these people. So you will not get from me a marketing machine, because I don't have the time, I don't have the creative energy to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to fly in the face of the marketing machines and say, stuff that. I just want to talk to people. I just want to share. I just want to be able to show people practices and ways of being that will change their lives. So I am about transformation, transforming your life from where you are now, if that is a place of fear, a place of lack, a place of not knowing who you are, a place of low self-worth, low self-esteem, to a new higher realm, to a new higher place, a place where you transcend all of those feelings in a creative way. And what I mean by creative, I don't mean creative art. I mean being creative and knowing that you are a creator. You can create anything in your life if you have belief and if you have some really solid tools to use to get you there. And that's what I love to share. I love to share those tools. I love to share simple 4-minute miracles that you can use on a daily basis to integrate them into your life, so that you become what it is you want from the inside, not from the outside in, from the inside out. So I've got my cup of tea. I hope you have. Cheers. Let's start. Let's start talking about what it is we're here to talk about. So this creation journey, the opposite of that really is reaction. We go into reaction when things happen. So we go into stress, we go into anxiety, we go into depression, we go into automatic reactions when things that we don't want to happen in our lives. So journey and the work, and it is work, guys, it's not easy, is to implement every day and integrate every day new ways of being, new ways of behaving, new ways of bringing into your life the things that you really want. Now, obviously, that knowing what you want is massively part of the journey. And I have so many people who come to see me who don't know who they are, who don't know what they want, but they know it isn't what they've got right now. So that's the work that I can help you with, or you can help yourself by answering introspective questions, by answering questions about yourself and being true to those questions. So, reaction. Yeah, I could have gone into it today, couldn't I? And my video on my phone wasn't working. I could have gone into a spiral of, oh my God, what's the point? Why should I bother? It's all going wrong. It's obviously not meant to be. I'm obviously not meant to put this video out today. But I didn't. I thought, well, I'll do another way. I could do a Zoom recording. It may not be as clear, but maybe that's because those people need to connect with me more personally after they've seen the video. Who knows? I really don't know, and I really don't care. I just know that I don't now go into reaction like I used to. Still can, but I'm aware of it. So I teach a philosophy. That's my own philosophy, and I don't teach people to actually live that philosophy. It's just the way I share what I know. I am a teacher. I know that. I am a spreader of wisdom with a great big knife. Spread it across. That's my purpose in life. That's my role. That's my reason for being. And I teach in many, many ways. I've physically been a teacher. I've been a nursery teacher. I've taught in banking. I was a trainer. I teach in corporates about stress and anxiety. I teach people what I know, but not just what I know. I teach them what I practice, what I have read, gone to workshops, had training on, and then practiced for myself, and then seeing the results. And then when you see the results and you know they work, you know you can share truly from your heart that it worked. But you've got to put the practice in, you've got to put the hours in. So what is it I want to share with you today? I want to share with you that there are lots and lots of questions that you need to answer. There are lots of practices that you could put into your daily life. And I practice 4-minute miracles. Now these have only come out very, very recently. I have been teaching people practices for years, practical applications in everyday life of how to live from the inside out, to connect to your core essence and to make your decisions from that place and not from this egotistical mind place. But what I have found over the years is the bigger the shift, the bigger the practice, the bigger the new teachings that I'm giving, the less likely people are to change, because those are too big a leap, are too big a jump, are too big a realization for them in one go. So I've constantly chunked down and taken down the practices to make them smaller and smaller and smaller, because the smaller they are, the easier it is to do. So it's like taking the baby steps. But if we constantly take the steps, we move a lot farther. And suddenly we find that we have changed. We have transformed. Things are working in our life. So my 4-minute miracles are exactly what they say they are. They are a way for you every day to incorporate, to integrate, to embody being a spiritual person, spiritual being in a physical body, in a human existence. So one 4-minute miracle that I would share with you today, straight away, is what I call my living out loud. It's something that I've done for a few years, really since I had my iPhone that's got a voice recorder on it. And what I found is, if I speak out loud, if I'm trying to problem solve, or if I'm trying to get into my heart and get out of my head, if I talk out loud, I seem to be able to answer my own questions. So it's like I'm talking to God, because I am. I'm talking to my true higher self, and I'm giving myself back the answers. So I find that talking to myself, which I'm actually doing right now as I'm on the video. Okay, there's no script here, guys. I would turn the video around and show you. I have nothing here. I have nothing written down. I have no agenda for this video. So talking out loud is exactly that. If you've got a recording device of any kind, generally most people have got a voice recorder on their phone now, just set it to record and just ask questions of yourself. Okay, ask questions and see what comes up. Get out of the way, take the head out. Okay, maybe do a centering exercise before you do the question, or maybe do some mindful breathing. And again, that can be done in 4 minutes. I am breathing in. I am breathing in. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. Straight down into the belly. Okay. Center yourself. Switch off the mind and ask the questions. Now I did write some questions down, so I'm just going to read a few of them out to you, because I'm sure these will help you. Okay, so these are some self-reflection questions. How do you relate to yourself and your place in the world? Are you run by guilt and the need to appease an external deity? Do you blame others, God, source, or outside circumstances for your current life situation? When challenged, do you react or do you act? Are you living in a mental and emotional survival mode? Do you participate in compulsive or addictive behaviours? If so, what are they? And what steps are you taking to get free of these behaviours? Are you self-responsible? Do you blame others? Are you willing to question the answers of who you are, why you were born, and really what your life purpose is? Do you often ask, why me? Are you often sidetracked by thoughts of worry, fear, of lack? Do you hand over your responsibility for your own happiness to others? Are there specific life structures in which you consider yourself as either having or being a victim? Does drama stimulate you and cause you to feel purposeful? And are you able to forgive yourself and others? So there's some really powerful self-reflective questions there. And that is the sort of thing that I help people with. We look at some really important questions. And then we look at what practices we can use on a daily basis to really help you grow and evolve and develop. So I am offering to just 10 people at the moment because I've not done this before, so I really want to trial it out, if you like, but I know it's going to work because I've worked with individuals and groups for many, many years. But I want to start a little mastermind group, and I have been in mastermind groups for many years, and having other people to be accountable to and other people to support you is a phenomenal thing. So the mastermind group that I'm setting up is within my Discovery Cove, and it's the self-discovery cove. So it's for people who are ready to discover and uncover who they truly are, because it is about that, isn't it? It's about uncovering, because who you really are is already there. You are already who you are, but you may have many layers of stuff, many layers of conditioning and behaviours that are covering up the true you. Now, what I am not about is peeling off the layers one at a time and seeing where your hurt comes from, seeing where your pain comes from, and healing that pain. I do not go back. I am not a therapist who would go back and peel away the layers, because it's like an onion, guys. Yeah, once you take one off, you'll find another and another and another and another and another and another. And this is why I have said to you, are you a spiritual shopper? Are you a spiritual vagabond? Are you constantly searching from other people how to be who you really are? Because you've got it all. You don't need to find someone else to tell you or show you or read another book. Yes, they are beautiful things to do to help you, but you have to work on yourself. You have to ask questions of yourself. You have to have an intention on a daily basis to live from your heart space and not your mind, to be aware and to be open to new opportunities, to throw pebbles in the pond every day. That means to me taking action every day and opening up new doors and opening up new possibilities, not waiting for it to come to you. So this is why I've decided to do a mastermind group. In it, this is what we will do. I will lead it, but I will open it up, and we will work on you. We will ask questions. We will practice and trial different formulas for being. So we will put in 4-minute miracles, and we will bring in new ways of being. And then we'll see how it goes, and we'll fine tune them. And each person will be different, but each person will bring to the group their own special gifts. And by bringing their own special gifts, it will grow their gifts, and it will be a beautiful evolvement. And that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to do video conferencing every other week, where we sit for an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I haven't quite decided yet. I need to let it see how it sits and how it feels. And then in that, I will guide it, but allow it to be what it is going to be. Because at the moment, I don't know. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know how it's going to feel. I just know that it's something I have to do, something I have to offer. Within my purpose, this is something I have to offer. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. But I want to just talk again now about some of the other things, about being real. Okay. Yesterday I went to Lichfield with my hubby and my daughter. And on the way back, Izzy, my daughter, she's 10, said that she wants some acorns. So we found a beautiful acorn oak tree, and we're searching for acorns, of which we found a few in their little shells as well. And what Izzy did with the acorn, she actually used the cap, the little cap that attaches itself to the tree. And she wanted it because she was making a Harry Potter magic wand when she got home. She wanted to make this one. She'd seen an instruction on how to make your own Harry Potter wand. So yes, she does have that creative element to her. And this, I'll just show you, this is the wand, which I thought was awesome. And she made this, well, there's the little bit on the bottom of the acorn, yeah. And this is her magic wand. And she's actually made 3. She's made some for her friends as well. And it made me think, you know what, she loves Harry Potter and she loves magic. She loves the idea of creating magic. And the little acorn, you know, the little acorn, it's alive, has all the magic in it that it possibly needs to grow. You've heard it, you know, it's a cliche, but it's true. It has everything it possibly needs within it to grow into that oak tree. All it needs is the nurture of what we have to offer in the world, the sunshine and the rain and the soil, for it to be able to grow into its own magnificence. And that is what I'm doing, and that's what you're doing, and that's what I want to help you do. I want you to grow into beautiful oak tree. And all you need is to nurture yourself. And I don't mean nurture as in have beautiful baths and, you know, look after your body, which, yes, is absolutely important. I mean nurture your soul. Really, really know who you are and what it is you have to be in this world. It is about the being and not the doing so much, but the doing is part of it. I have a love of bumblebees, and the reason I have a love of bumblebees, I'm going to show you one of my little things. You see these are called Jeff Bee, okay, and they're a little book of buzzies. I made these years ago, and they're little post-it notes and a little bee on the bottom, okay, which are my little sort of random acts of kindness I share with people who I don't know. Little notes, and leave them in random places to just share some kindness and some compassion in the world. And the reason it's got a bee on it is because back in 2010, I had a head-on car crash, very serious head-on car crash. And up until that moment, I had been in a very big doing state. I had been constantly busy, constantly staying up late, constantly getting up early, very creative, full of new things, new opportunities, new ideas, new workshops, new connections, you name it, I was there. And I was so busy doing all these things. And I was very much in the state of, well, this is all coming towards me and I've got to do it all today and I need to get this new program out. And I was in a creative zone, but I was also in a zone of real busyness and real constant tiredness, I suppose. And everybody had told me I needed to slow down, but I wasn't taking any notice. And I've had lots of signs, that intuitively I took no notice of. So I had my car crash, and as I sat in my car with the airbags all around me and my beautiful new car completely just crumpled and mangled, I looked up and I said, I get it. I need to stop. Up until then, I needed to slow down, but because I didn't listen, I was made to stop very, very abruptly and very stop. And I knew that then was the time to start to listen to myself, never mind everybody else, truly listen and communicate with my higher self. And about a week later, while I was recovering, I had to get up really early in the morning because we have 2 dogs and they wanted to go out. They needed to go out for a wee, they were making a noise. So I stuck my Ugg boots on and my big jumper over my pyjamas and I trundled down the garden with a torch because it was very, very early February, first week of February, and it was freezing cold. There was frost on everything. It was pitch dark. And there were just not even any buds on the trees. It was just bare, And while I stood there with the torch waiting for the dogs to do what they got to do, I could hear a sound. And that sound was and then it came from down the garden and it came up towards me and right in front of me, literally here, here was a bee, the biggest, fattest, most beautiful bumblebee I've ever seen. And I looked at the bumblebee and I thought, where have you come from? What are you doing here? It is not time for bees to be out. There was just no reason for that bee to be out. But there it was. And it looked at me and it stayed with me. It didn't just buzz off down the garden, it stayed with me. So I knew, and again, hand on heart, I looked up and I said, okay, I'm listening. It's another sign. So I looked at the bee and the bee looked at me. And I thought, what is this telling me? What is the sign? What is the message that I'm to get from this bee? So I stood there and in my mind I was going, with the busy bee, I've been too busy, so it's confirming to me that I need to slow down, I need to be more present, I need to, just stop the busyness. But that wasn't it. When you check in with your intuition, that wasn't it. So I stopped and I took myself into my breathing and I just looked at the bee. And I said, what is it? What is it? It's a bee. It's a bee. It's just a bee. And as soon as I said those 2 words together, just bee, that was it. That was the moment. Everything just fell into place. Every little hair on my body was standing up like going, yay, she's got it. And the tears just streamed down my face. And I thank God in that moment for letting me know that all I needed to do was not that. All I needed was to just be. Just to be in my moments, not to use my mind to constantly think about the future, not to use my mind to worry about the past and the mistakes that I've made, to be present, to be peaceful, to be aware of the beauty that surrounds me and the beauty that is within me. So I have had a beautiful experience with these. And since that day, I have used these in my teaching in many, many ways. These are very vibrational. So I use that to explain about emotional energy and how we can access the higher realms of emotional energy and how these need that to get them off the ground. So I think what you are getting from me is this sort of core essence of who I am. What I'm here to do is to connect you to your true self. For me to connect you to your self-worth, for you to know that you are worthy of everything that is open to you. I teach within my philosophy 4 levels. So I teach living with insight. That's my name. But it's not anything. It's just different levels, different methods, different ways. So it all fits in. So the 4 levels of insight are, first of all, awareness. Having an awareness of who you are, having an awareness of your energy, having an awareness of what's going on when you react, having an awareness of what's happening in your body, having an awareness that there are actually 4 levels of self. There is your physical body, there is your mental mind, there is your emotional body, and then there's your spiritual body, your spiritual essence. And all 4 levels of self are completely intertwined and interconnected. You cannot take one away from the other. So whatever you think about in your mind affects your emotions. Whatever you think about in your mind affects your physical body. Whatever you think about in your mind affects your spiritual essence. Whatever connectedness to your spiritual essence you have will affect your physical body, your emotions, and your mind. Can you see where I'm going with this? So even things so simple as the way you're sitting, the way you are using your body on a moment by moment basis will affect the state of your mind. It will affect the emotions that you feel, and it will affect the spiritual connection that you have. So if you are tense, if you are sitting on your mobile phone and your shoulders are hunched and your head is down, then your body is telling your mind that you are tense, maybe in fear. So your mind reacts, and your mind then sends hormonal signals to your body, which reconfirm what your body's doing. So you might get cortisol and adrenaline being pumped into your system. Whereas if you were to just take a nice deep breath and put your shoulders back and be open to receive, there's a different energy about them. I have my hands open right now, and I'm open and allowing, and I'm free. Can you see the difference? So there's 4 levels of self within the 4 levels of insight, but there's also 4 levels of self-worth. And this is the biggest work I think that I'm doing with all of my clients. The 4 levels of self-worth are: I'm not enough, I'm just not enough, I'm not good enough for that, don't know enough about that, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not enough. The second level that we move through to is, what do you think? I've had enough. I've had enough of not being enough. I cannot take this anymore. I've had enough of not being able to do the things I want because I haven't got the confidence to do it. I've had enough of trying all these different routes. I've had enough of not being enough. Third level is I am enough. Is trusting and knowing that you are all you need to be. It is all there. I am enough. And the fourth level is the most beautiful level of all. And that's just I am. Don't have to be enough. You just are. And you just are beautiful, beautiful spiritual beings having a human experience. So all of these 4 levels all fit. So the awareness is the first level of living with insight. The second level is clarity. And this is the work that we would do in the mastermind group. We would gain clarity on who you are, what your feelings are, what your hopes and desires are, what your fears are, what conditioning patterns that you have going on. Clarity is just a beautiful, beautiful thing to understand and to know. So having clarity of vision, of knowing where you want to go and what it is you want to achieve, and knowing how that's going to feel. So clarity is a wonderful, wonderful way of finding out all about who you are and what you're here to be. The third level is practice. So this is the practice of every day being, evolving, learning, practicing, doing different things, doing things differently, thinking differently, putting in new practices, small baby 4-minute miracles into your day that are going to change your world. So practice. And you can see I have lots of different colours on my nails. Life is about being multidimensional, multifaceted and multicoloured. Life isn't meant to be boring. Life isn't black and white. Life isn't shades of grey. Life is every colour of the rainbow. And every one of those colours means something. And the practices that we do encompass all of those different colours. So for instance, the orange that you can see there is for gratitude, living in an attitude of gratitude. So the practice that you put into your daily life would be bringing practice gratitude in. And that may not just be doing something before you go to sleep. There are different 4-minute miracles that you can do during the day to bring those out. So we would look at all of those multicoloured levels of living and looking at how we can live out loud through these things every day. And the final level of living with insight is evolve. And that is what I'm doing all the time, every day. I don't know where it is I'm going. I have a vision for how I want to feel. I have a vision for things that I want to do. I have a vision for experiences I want to experience. But all of the time, it comes down to the feelings that I want to feel. I want to feel creative. I want to feel excited. I want to feel enthusiastic. I want to feel connected. I want to feel peaceful. I want to feel loved. I want to feel loving. I want to feel giving. I want to feel like I'm receiving. I want to feel allowing. I want to feel true divinity within them. Can you see? It's not about me saying I want to achieve this material thing to get me to there. It's about knowing how I want to feel on a daily basis. This is me. I want to feel like I am sharing right now. So evolve is what we all do. We are all evolving, and I am evolving in a real, honest, raw, open way. I'm not here to tell you the 10 steps to relieving your stress. the 9 ways to be happy. I am here to say it's a journey of exploration. It's a journey of trying things out and seeing how they fit for you. Excuse me. It's a journey of me being as supportive in any way I can to you, whether that be through our mastermind group, whether that be by you attending my Phenomenal Women group, which is all about us being vulnerable and open and sharing through our open vulnerability how we can move forward and use that as a power rather than use that as something that depletes us. It's not a victim status. It's a powerful status, a power within us. Or it could be that you want help with stress and anxiety and how to really move and transcend the problems that you have in your life rather than trying to actually solve a problem. How can you transcend it? How can you create the life it is that you want rather than trying to solve the problems that keep on coming up? So I am not one thing, I am many things to many people, and I am refusing to be put in a box. I am refusing to say I am a mentor. I am refusing to say I am a public speaker. I'm refusing to say I am a transformational coach. I'm refusing to say that I am an educational consultant. I am all of those things. I work with children. I work with schools. I'm doing a carers project at the moment. I've worked with teenagers. I work one-to-one intensively with people who've got very successful businesses. I work with spiritual seekers who are looking to change and actually practice the stuff that they know mentally and really embody it in their mind. So I cannot market myself to the world in one way because I am multidimensional, I am multifaceted, I am multicoloured, I am all of these things. I just know I have a message to share and I have practices that will make a difference to people's lives. So today I have thrown another pebble in the pond. Here on my desk, let me show you. Okay, I have a little pot of pebbles, and every day I see how many pebbles I can throw in my pond. So I take action. I take action every day to move me forward. So my pebble today is that I have put a video out on Facebook to tell people what it is I do and how it is I can help them. And whether that makes a difference to somebody's life is not up to me. It's up to them, and it's up to the divinity of life. So that's my pebble in the pond. And that will open up new opportunities, maybe for me, maybe for other people. That's not up to me to decide. And then every time I throw in a pebble in the pond, I write on what I've done. So I know, and I collate my pebbles, so I know that they're forming a foundation, they're forming a pathway for me to walk along, and for me to grow and evolve down. And I have recently been contacted by a big parenting editor of a national chain of newspapers who wants me to write features with her about conscious parenting, about having less stress and anxiety in your life. And if I'd have said I'm a transformational coach who just works with people in corporates to release their stress and anxiety, then how would that have come? Because I would have channeled myself so finely into that place that I wouldn't have allowed that to come. So I am forming my own pathway. I'm evolving as I go. So I'm going to stop now. I am actually going to do one more thing. I've got a little card here. I want to show you that I am real. Underneath this makeup, which I felt I had to put on this morning. Okay, it's me. This is Jules. My name is actually Julie. Julie Elizabeth Mitchell. And underneath the makeup is the real me. It doesn't look quite as good, but I don't feel any different inside. This is just me being real and raw and open and honest and saying to you, let me help you. If this video has helped you in any way, it's made you realise something about yourself, then make sure you do something with it. Make sure it changes you in some way. Go back to the questions that I asked you. Go back to, go back to those questions and really not think about them with your mind, but answer them with your heart. Be true to who you are. If you want to join me for the mastermind group, then message me now privately on Facebook. You can also look at my website, all the W's, jules-mitchell.com. And I look forward to learning about your involvement and your journey back to self, back to the true magnificence of you. And to know that you too are growing, just like this acorn will do when we plant it back in the ground. And you have your own magic within you. So cheers to you this Sunday morning. Cheers to your life. Cheers to being real and raw and open and honest. And thank you from my soul for listening to me for this period of time today. And I look forward to seeing you on the other side. Take care. Bye.